Hello and welcome to Runkle of the Bailey. My name is Ian Runkle. I'm a Canadian criminal defense and firearms lawyer. I've hit 50,000 subscribers, which is amazing. It's something I never thought would be possible. I want to thank all of you guys for watching. I also want to give a thank you shout out to Rakeda Law here. And to celebrate, I wanted to give away a Kukri, which is a knife just like this one. This is made by SGT Blades. They're a local knife maker here in Alberta. They do excellent work. I use this all the time. I use it for yard work. I take it camping. It's a great knife. So the one I'm having made is actually a little bit nicer than this, valued at about $500. And if you want to know how you get in on that, well, in the description below, there's the full rules. There's also, or a link to the full rules. There's also a link to the sign up page, so you can sign up. You don't have to pay anything. You don't have to even be a subscriber. Just sign up and it'll be a random draw. Now, because I'm a lawyer, when I said, hey, I want to give something away, I want to do something for, for you guys, the first thing I did is I thought, how much legal trouble can I get myself into if I do this? And it turns out if you do it wrong, the answer is a whole lot, because there's actually criminal law here in Canada that dictates giveaways. And let's have a little look at that. So, offense in relation to lotteries and games of chance. Every person is guilty of an indictable offense and liable to imprisonment of a term of not more than 2 years, or is guilty of an offense punishable on summary conviction. So the maximum penalty here is 2 years in jail. It's unlikely that if convicted, they would send me to jail for 2 years, but that's still, that's still kind of a thing to worry about, right? So makes, prints, advertises, or publishes, or causes or procures to be made, printed, advertised, or published any proposal, scheme, or plan for advancing, lending, giving, selling, or in any way disposing of any property by lots, cards, tickets, or any mode of chance whatever. You'll note what is missing here is that nothing there says that, that this is only illegal if money is changing hands. It's just anything that is pure chance is straight out illegal. So if you're Canadian and you're wondering why you see all these things that say mathematical skill testing question will be required in order to win, this is why. And that's why you're also going to see that on this contest. Now, my thought is that the usual way of sort of doing this is with a math question, and that's sort of my primary option. But it also occurred to me that this might actually be kind of discriminatory because some people might not be good at math. They might have learning disabilities. They might have something else. So there's another option, which is for a firearms trivia question. You got the option. You can answer, you can pick which one. And then once you pick, that's what you're stuck with. So basically, instead of this being a game of pure chance, it's a game of mixed chance and skill where you win a chance to compete in the game of skill, the math question or the firearm trivia question. If you don't get it right, then I'm sorry, I can't give you the prize. I got to go and draw another name out of the hat, and then that person gets to try for it. There's some other interesting stuff in here. Section F is disposes of any goods, wares, or merchandise by any game of chance or any game of mixed chance and skill in which the contestant or competitor pays money or other valuable consideration. So that's closer to the US rule where you can't run sort of a side lottery and, you can't take money for it. That at least is a little more understandable. But we also have this weird fixation on the game of three-card Monte. So if we see G, it says induces any person to stake or hazard any money or other valuable property or thing on the result of any dice game, three-card Monte, punch board, coin table, etc., etc., or for valuable consideration carries on or plays or offers to carry on or to play or employs any person to carry on or play in a public place or a place to which the public have access. The game of three-card Monte receives bets of any kind on the outcome of a game of three-card Monte, or being the owner of a place permits any person to play the game of three-card Monte therein. And then they have a definition of it, which says, it means the game commonly known as three-card Monte. Great. And includes any other game that is similar to it, whether or not the game is played with cards and notwithstanding the number of cards or other things that are used for the purpose of playing. And there's an exception for fairs, but fairs are exhibitions, and that exception does not give an exception for three-card Monte. So you can have a giveaway at a fair, but you can't have a three-card Monte game at a fair. Again, I'm not sure why they're so focused on three-card Monte here. And that means any place or an event where agricultural or fishing products are presented or where activities relating to agriculture or fishing take place. So most of the things that you think of as fairs probably don't count as fairs here in Canada, at least not for this. So all of that is really kind of weird when you get right down to it, but they're really worried about three-card Monte. Now, being a lawyer, the first thing I think about is, how could this break down? And it seems to me if you were running some sort of, historical reenactment event and you wanted to have a Western saloon or something like that, and you wanted to just have some guy playing three-card Monte there just as a demonstration, you're not trying to take any money or anything like that, you could still run into trouble with this. Yeah, there was a recent push by our government to clean up all sorts of really stupid, outdated laws. Somehow this didn't make the cut, but I kind of think it should. Now, one thing that also comes up all the time, and you know this one if you're Canadian, and lots of people have already asked me about this one, is they're saying, oh, great, I'm not going to be able to participate because I'm in Quebec, right? Wrong. I'm actually including Quebec, but I did think I'd talk a little bit about why our contests always say offer not valid in Quebec, which is actually Quebec's unofficial English motto, offer not valid in Quebec. I'm kidding here. Don't send me hate mail. Sometimes people get really keen on that one. But the reason is that Quebec's actually got special laws about this. So let's have a look at that. Rules respecting publicity contests. And I'm going to talk here about why I'm willing to include Quebec here. And that is Section 1. These rules do not apply to publicity contests where the total value of the prizes offered does not exceed $2,000, with the exceptions of Section 5 and 6 that apply to all publicity contests in which the total value of the prizes exceeds $100. So as I've mentioned, this is a Kukri worth approximately $500 Canadian, so I fall into that middle ground. I will have to follow Sections 5 and 6, but not any of the other stuff. So let's look at 5 and 6, see if they're too onerous, and see what is... I'll also talk a little bit about some of the stuff I don't have to follow. So 5, the rules of a publicity contest must be accessible to the public and must include as a minimum, 1, the conditions for entering the contest. Yep, that's in the thing below. 2, the places where the public must deposit or send the contest entry forms. That's a Google form. There is no other place. 3, the deadline for entering the contest, before Christmas at noon. A description of the method of awarding the prizes, purely randomly. The number and detailed description of the prizes offered and the value of each prize. There is one prize. It is a Kukri. It is worth approximately $500. 5, the place, date, and precise time the prize winner will be named. Because of the way this contest works, with me having to contact people and then run the skill aspect and then possibly redraw, it'll be known as soon as I know. I'm going to announce that on Twitter, which gets us to the next part, the media used to inform the winner of the prizes won. That'll be by email. I'll contact you, and then you'll know if you won because you got the question right or wrong. Yeah, if you got it wrong, then you didn't win. The place, date, and deadline for claiming prizes, or where applicable, whether the prizes will be delivered to the winner. I'll send it to you. I'm not going to make you pay shipping for this. I'll cover that. The information that the winners will be selected by a jury, where applicable. No jury here. The information that, as a minimum, the person specified in Section 12 must be excluded in all cases. So that is, my family members, my lawyer, all of those people are out. That's in the terms and conditions if you want to read them below. The following text, any litigation respecting the conduct or organization of a publicity contest may be submitted to the Régie des Alcools, des Courses et des Jeux for a ruling. Any litigation respecting the awarding of a prize may be submitted to the board only for the purpose of helping the parties reach a settlement. So that's basically, if you are upset by this contest, you can take it to that particular group if you're in Quebec. Sure, I guess I can live with that. I don't like it, but I can live with it. The nature of the skill testing requirement that a winner has to satisfy in order to claim his prize. I've already talked about that. It's in the description as well, or in the full terms. So that's 5. 6. The person for whom a publicity contest is carried on shall ensure that the advertising for the contest does not imply that any person has won a given prize. Nobody has won yet. One person might win, but nobody has won as of yet. May enter a contest for the purpose of receiving a prize or being able to win a prize when in fact all participants receive a prize. So if it includes Quebec, you can't run this sort of thing where you say you might win and in fact everybody wins some sort of prize. That's not what's going on here. There is one knife. Most of you will not be winners. I'm sorry. That's life. The person shall ensure that the advertising states the number of and describes the prizes offered in the contest and the respective value. 1 kukri, worth approximately $500. That it mentions that only one prize is offered. I think I've mentioned that. Or that it specifies the smallest and largest value of the prizes. Again, one prize. The person shall also ensure that the advertising states how and where the public may obtain the text of the contest rules. Description below. There's a link. Where participation in a publicity contest requires the purchase of a good or service, it doesn't. So the rest of that doesn't apply, but yeah. Now, why would people want to exclude Quebec from other things? Well, there's actually some nasty provisions in here that I don't have to follow. One of them is I'd have to make everyone's names known. I'm probably going to announce a winner in any event, but that might be a problem for some contests. You have to file certain paperwork with them if, again, if the value is over $2,000. You have to follow certain advertising rules, but one of the nasty ones here is this one. A person for whom a publicity contest is carried on shall furnish security to the board where the person has no head office or establishment in Quebec, which I don't have. And security means that you got to actually either pay them money or give them a letter of guarantee. So by filing a letter of guarantee that complies with the form prescribed by the board, or by depositing a sum of money with the board or in a trust account in a financial institution. Yeah, I really wouldn't like the idea of having to put money up, just as I swear I'm not running a scam, because, that's an obnoxious requirement. So that's the kind of thing that is the reason why most contests exclude Quebec, but I'm not doing that. Quebecois, you already have enough headaches with, your government's rules about firearms and so forth. So I don't need to kick you when you're down. I'm going to, I've taken those steps to allow me to comply with Quebec law. So you guys can, in fact, compete or enter. And I mean, it's up for grabs. You guys have the same chance as anyone else entering. So best of luck with that. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to, this is really just a video to say thank you. I thought I'd throw some law in there just because I had to do the research. So some people are curious. People have asked me, when I said, hey, I'll be giving this away, they're like, oh, you're not going to do that skill testing question thing, are you? And it's like, I really wish I didn't have to, but I have to. Technically, I wouldn't have to for all American entrants, and this is open to people in the States, but that wouldn't be fair. I don't want to give you guys an unfair advantage on this one, so you get the skill testing question or the other thing, the firearm trivia question as well. Anyway, thank you for watching. It's, as I said, this is a really major milestone. It's something I never thought I'd see. A year ago, it seemed impossible. So I really appreciate it. Please like this video, share it with your friends, although that might actually, maybe you don't want the competition on this particular video. Share a different video with your friends and subscribe to see more content. I also want to thank my Patreon supporters who, again, don't have any additional entries. You get one entry per person. There is no additional benefit or chance to win for anybody who's a subscriber or anything like that. And that is also, again, for legal reasons. So at the $50 level, Jonathan Wheeler, Canada's National Firearms Association, Mike, Kyle Martin, Jean-Guy Toussaint, CCFR and the Canadian Shooting Sports Association. At the $30 level, Sights and Arms Limited and Marc-Olivier Damour. And at the $20 level, Raymond Dale McKinnon, Peter Hilger, Matt Ward, Mark Whittington, Jane Babin Luxor, Dale Nesbitt, Cameron Johnson, Bruno R., Andrew Elsich, and Aaron Del Salt. Thank you as well to the $10 supporters who will be in the crawl immediately following. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope this has armed you with knowledge. And I guess let's see where this crazy ride takes us, but see you next time.